Sidney Football League members and team owners, and welcome to another edition of the 2023 SFL Breakdown. This week, I humbly offer a Week 10 breakdown paired with Week 11 preview with my score predictions. Let's dig in. Our first 2023 Sidney Football League Week 10 breakdown to be broken down is Justin and Jeff's game. Old Hills Roy Kent 188. Show Me Your TDs 117. This game was closely projected. I picked Jeff to win by 15 points. But Justin continued to showcase his power at wide receiver. This was the 1v1 matchup, the heralded top team matchup in the MAC and the SUS. But Justin Herbert's 26-point loss, Keenan Allen's continuation of a career year, and the meteoric rise of CeeDee Lamb led to a win for Old Hills Roy Kent. His 8th win earned him a playoff spot guaranteed and cemented Justin as the odds-on favorite to repeat as SFL champion. That would be, and this would be, and it would be his 4th title. Next up, stand-up ECKLER 125, DIGGSAW puzzle 111. This game went as expected. With 5 Bears or Panthers playing Thursday for Mike, he found himself at an early deficit. Dak Prescott nearly made up for that deficit, though, with the game of the week, 404 yards, 5 total scores, 46 fantasy points. In fact, Alfred told Mike that he thinks it was the closest a 1% chance of winning ever came to victory. Both at 5-5, Mike and Alfred are now 6th and 4th in the playoff bracket, respectively. And as a side note, interestingly enough, Alfred's backup quarterback, Sam Howell, is the NFL's current leader in passing yardage. Third, Gypsy Danger 142, Allen's Angels 132. While Steve has inlaid upstart talent into his roster. Jameer Gibbs, Tank Bigsby, Jordan Addison, Devin Singletary. Boomer bust players haven't been enough to keep Steve afloat when Josh Allen simply doesn't deliver. Perhaps a change in offensive coordinators will return Allen to his peak performance this second half season and keep Allen's Angels playoffs hopes alive. Good games from Brandon Ayuk and DK Metcalf lifted Bryant to his 4th win Week 10. Both teams sit outside the playoff bubble with 4 wins apiece. Next up, Superior Squads LC 127, High Speed Chase 118. This is the 3rd instance in which I predicted the lower score. Just saying. It wasn't Jamar Chase who was limited for Joe like I thought it was, though. The Chargers defense, in fact, failed to report against Detroit, costing Joe 9 fantasy points, a big negative there. Another big game from one of the league's, the NFL's most dynamic players, Amon-Ra St. Brown, helped Superior Squads LLC secure its 5th 2023 SFL season win. And at 5-5, Eddie sits in 5th place, while Joe teeters on post-season elimination at 3-7. Our last 2023 Sidney Football League Week 10 breakdown to be broken down was the closest one. One of Brock Purdy's best overall games helped lift Tor McCaffrey to his 7th win. And back into first place in the MAC, a 6-catch, 143-yard game from Mike Evans against the Titans did not hurt. Martin Bellis kept afloat on the buoy of the current best NFL receiving tight end, T.J. Hockenson. He and Minnesota quarterback Joshua Dobbs connected 11 times for 134 yards and a touchdown while beating the Saints 27-19 at home. Aaron is 2-8 and also teetering on elimination. Let's jump into a Week 11 preview the day before the games. First up, Old Hills Roy Kent is projected for 152. Allen's Angels 121. Justin, I believe, has finally reached his 2023 trap game. He's got 5 or 4 straight wins. The firing of Josh Allen's offensive coordinator. Former 49ers quarterback Ken Dorsey. Mark my words, that will ignite a flame within Allen, unseen before Sunday. Allen will torch the Jets and Sauce Gardner for 400 passing yards and 3 scores. This will set the table as Old Hills Roy Kent players like A.J. Brown and Aaron Jones will underperform. Bold prediction, very bold. Allen's Angels wins this week, 159-141. Watch for it. Next up, stand-up ECKLER's projected at 129. Show Me Your TDs at 113. I think Al takes his 6th win this week. Takes home his 6th win, week 11, but not, mark this, not without a flare, a Ric Flair, woo, for the dramatic. A late kick from Harrison Butker in the Chiefs game versus the Eagles will either win or lose Al the game versus Jeff. I think it's going to be 133, 134, stand-up ECKLER. Next up, Superior Squad LLC is projected for 132, and Gypsy Danger is projected for 129. I like to think this one is a toss-up that will depend upon the 1 o'clock Steelers and Cleveland Browns matchup. I give Gypsy Danger a 2-point edge, 132-130, with expectations of great games from Travis Kelce and the Bills' defense. Next up, DIGGSAW Puzzle 130, Allen's Angels 120. That's the projection. This matchup could hinge on the performance of Vikings backup turned starting running back Ty Chandler. Aaron wisely collected off waivers this week. Questionable whether or not he's going to start. We'll see if Alexander Madison clears concussion protocol. That's a fact. He's got a lot of guys on his bench that are sitting there not doing anything. They're big name players. He has to do that. He needs to do that to make room for a defensive back. Or Mike could end up losing by a hair. I think it's going to be 148, 146. Barton Bellas if Mike doesn't fix that defensive back issue he's got going on. Lastly, closest game. High Speed Chase is projected for 141, and Troy McCaffrey is projected for 139. With Jamar Chase able to secure a Browning touchdown pass late. Trademark underperformance from Josh Jacobs or Jalen Waddle could swing the win percentages in my favor. I think it's going to be 151 to 135 Troy McCaffrey. That's it. That's all, Sidney Football League members and team owners. We, his family, are considering going to Landover, Maryland to watch the Commanders with San Francisco on the UC. Anyone want to meet FedEx Field? Let me know. And as always,